up, guys? It's Jason from Tattooed Car Culture. Welcome back to another episode of my unique build series. Today is pretty dope. We're gonna go meet up with my buddy Rick. I've known him for a few years now. Totally random. Met him at a car show. His build has gone several different ways, and every direction he's taken his build has been super clean. He's running the wide body kit that I've been thinking about doing for my Charger. I don't know if I'm gonna pull a trigger on it yet, but he's running the Shirokai or Shirokai or I don't know. I never pronounced that thing right, but he's running the new wide body kit. If you guys saw one of my previous videos where I did Scatpack riches, I'll link that in the description too, so you can go check out that one. We have about an hour oh crap. That was a close call. So at any rate, we have about an hour drive to go meet up with them. Hopefully we don't get pulled over. What's up, guys? Jason here, Tattooed Car Culture. Again, I got a special one for you today. This is none other than Rick, who is known as Red Badge Scat. I bet you guys thought that it was all about his car, but actually today I'm gonna give you guys a face reveal. Yep, that's right.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Rick's here to tell us about his car. I mean, if you follow him on Instagram, his car's been every color skittle known to man. No, I'm just kidding. But he's had multiple different looks to his car. This, in my opinion, is by far the most aggressive and my personal favorite because I'm really thinking about going wide body on my Charger. But enough about me talking. Rick, tell us about your car, brother.
Yeah, how's it going? First of all, I want to thank Jason for reaching out and putting this together. Me and Jason, we met a couple of years back by accident, if you remember, at Autocon, that's right.
Yep.
And it was just by coincidence, man. I happened to be pulling into the show and he was literally 2 cars in front of me. So when we went to the docking station to like check in, that's where we met. We ended up parking together that day, and it was pretty cool, man. It was a good day to meet this guy.
I'm bringing a tear to my eye. You guys can't see it because I'm wearing sunglasses, but
we kept in touch, man. Back then we were like, you know, the white buddies because we were both running the white schemes at the time.
Now we got the Darth Vader and Stormtrooper look going on, you know?
Exactly. And by the way, real quick, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button down below, man. Don't forget about that for sure. But anyway, yeah, this is my, I don't know what edition it is, 5.0, 4.0, 3.0. I tend to be a little bit of a junkie when it comes to like car modifications. Anyway, this is where I'm at right now. We'll see how long this one lasts, but this is called the Shirokai Widebody kit. Company based out of Germany. They used to have a local wide body company here in town, but I won't disclose that name. To be quite honest with you, this is like by far my favorite wide body kit that I've seen, even when it comes to rendering for the Dodge Charger. This is exactly what I've been looking for since the very beginning. You asked Jason when we first met, I told him that that's what I wanted to do. You know, this was before the Challenger even came out with the wide body. I've always been into the Euro car type of scene, the tuner scene, so I like going a little bit extreme, doing something a little bit different. So Dodge has got their own wide body. Doesn't quite do it for me. It's really clean and dope, don't get me wrong. I even had a kit prior to this one that resembled the OEM wide body kit. Anyway, I didn't run that one very long, so here we are with the new Shirokai kit.
And I think the final product speaks for itself. I mean, I understand that you wanted to go wide body for a while and you were just, you know, biding your time, and honestly I think this is by far, hands down, the best looking kit. To your point, it's aggressive, it's clean, it's got European flair to it. I like how it's got like the fender louver styles in it. So let's talk about the kit, man. So when people hear the word kit, they think they can just literally like get it shipped to their house, grab a drill and start drilling into your car. I mean, how much modification did you have to do, and how difficult was it?
I mean, if you wanted to take delivery of a kit and drill holes and put it on, by all means, go for it. But done right, then you got to actually go a little bit further. So now keep in mind, I am on air ride suspension. So the objective is to get not only the kit there for the looks, but I also want to be able to air down where I can get the wheel and tire fitment to fit just right. With that being said, a couple things that need to be done. I needed to hack up my fenders. So we can go over to Jason's car real quick. Jason has the OEM fenders, so what I had to do, and some of you may not like this, but I needed to chop up and have this whole section of the fender cut out. The reason being is because I'm gonna end up having to run a wider wheel, which is gonna come out. So if you imagine if we were to take Jason's wheel and came out with it, if you were to air out, well, what's gonna happen? His fender is gonna be smashed in the top of that tire.
All you guys, don't go do this to your leased Chargers, okay? This is like a serious commitment.
Yeah, exactly. There's no going back. I mean, I guess technically if you wanted to, you can replace this piece. You can probably go with the manufacturer OEM and get this placement replaced. But if you go to the rear, you're talking hacking up this section as well as the door. And you're gonna have to replace all this if you try to go back OEM. That just ain't gonna happen.
So since we're talking about the rear wheel, I'm gonna use this for visual aid. So a lot of guys are concerned about this section of the body right now, you know, when you go to cutting up fenders and things of that nature. So what does your ride look like? Is it drastically cut up?
Yeah, we can take a look. We can kind of get a glance at what it looks like. So yeah, you are gonna have to cut into the door as well as that little small portion of the inside frame, I guess you can call it. And sorry about the look right now. It's not yet cleaned up quite yet, but as you can see, that's how much portion was cut up.
So not drastically. I mean, yeah. Some Chargers out there I've seen, they've had to actually, like, you'll actually see exposed tire through some of that. So that's actually not too bad.
I guess it all comes down to the fitment and the tire and all that stuff. So as you can see, I still got plenty of room to go if I need to run a wider tire, but that's not the case in my situation. So
yeah, and obviously your inner fender liners have come out. I recommend that for anyone running. Well, I mean, you can get away with running a 305 tire. 305 I feel is the perfect fitment, like we've talked about before. I'm running a 315. I do rub, but to solve that problem, you can either just let it rub through the inner fender liner, or you can just pull the inner fender liner out. So Rick's not running a fender liner. I'm not running a fender liner. It just kind of clears up some of that rubbing issues.
Exactly. As far as getting the cutting done, now if you're handy with machinery and cutting tools, and it's something that you can take on, you obviously want to weld shut the whatever seams that you cut open. Going back to what I originally had said, I had ran another kit at the time, the OEM style. So I had a shop based out of El Monte by LTMW. They do a lot of sick builds, a lot of exotics, SEMA type builds. I had them install that kit originally. At the time my car was white, and I had them finish paint the flares and install it. So they did the cutting for me. So when I ended up going with this kit, I had that kit shipped directly to me. I had a paint body shop local in my area to do actually some body work to kind of clean up the pieces a bit. But then I installed the kit myself. The hardest part was already done, obviously the cutting. The installing it was a bit of a pain because I did do that by myself. Now it would be best if you actually did have a buddy or at least another set of hands to kind of help, basically putting a puzzle together. So it's kind of hard to like hold things in place while marking it up and then marking your holes where you're gonna drill. But at the end of the day, I got it done. It took me about 2.5, 3 days or so. And then at that point, I sent it off to the guy to get it wrapped. And at that point, I went with this company right up here, which I'm rocking their banner on the front windshield here. So make sure to give them a follow, give them a shout out. He gave me a good deal, and we ended up going with the satin matte black here. Thought I gave the murdered out look and couldn't be happy with it.
Yeah, it just looks so menacing. That's the only word that comes to mind. Is it's not evil and it's not wicked, it's menacing. But what about the wheels? So you're running LD97?
Yeah, so I'm running LD97 forged wheels. If you guys follow me on Instagram, again, that was Red Bad Scat, by the way. I've been rocking LD for quite a while. He actually is a gentleman that I met out of the LTMW. Yeah, he's definitely a guy to work with. This is my third set of LDs now. I am running a set of LD 12.5Rs. These are in a 22. I believe I'm running 11s wide in the front and 12.5s in the rear. And you can see that I'm running a concave setup. Kind of a unique option that I chose. And also another thing that someone may not notice right off the bat, but the hardware exposed, I'm running a 20-piece hardware exposed versus the typical 40-piece that's normally seen on 3-piece wheels. LD97, you ever looking into consider doing 3-piece wheels, definitely hit them up, and he'll work with you with any type of style you're looking for and finish.
Man, and I don't know how well this is going to come out on camera, guys, but the fit and finish with this, not only with this wheel and tire combo, but just how it tucks up literally right to the fender. I mean, that is some legit stance right there.
People approach me and ask me like, what kind of fitment am I running? What is this? And a lot of people don't understand that you can do different variations of like fitment. So this, I guess I would categorize as a flush fitment. Flush meaning that the wheel is flush to the fender. Jason, or like my other cars at the time, is more of a tuck, where you got your wheel and your tire literally tucking inside the fender wall. So, or you can do super aggressive and do a poke, where at that point you got the rim exposed outside the fender. Now that's more of a Euro tuner type of vibe, and I'm not necessarily going that route. So flush is what I was looking for. Yes, I may not be able to air out as far, but this is exactly what I was looking for. So as far as additional cosmetics that I got going on, I want to also give a shout out to Family Customs, who provided the front splitter. That's another company that I've stuck with and been running since the very beginning. Gentleman by the name of Nick over at Family Customs. He does all sorts of variations of side skirts, front splitters, even now doing engine bay type of components. So definitely reach out to Family Customs, give them a follow.
All right, Rick, so what do you have done to the engine?
So hopefully I don't disappoint too many people, but it's pretty basic, it's pretty stock. So you're looking at your standard mods. I got, for starters, my red badge, little logo in the back, but it's on a strut bar. That's a Petty's Garage strut bar. And a real quick shout out to Honestly OCD. Some of you guys may know that guy is a pretty big page on Instagram. He's got a YouTube channel himself. I used to follow him way back when, and that's where I got the idea of running this Petty's Garage. So shout out to Honestly OCD, man. I got your typical billet technology catch can that I'm sure a lot of MOPAR Dodge guys are familiar with. Lower lifestyle sticker attached to it. I'm running your AFE power cold air intake. I got some little things coming along the way, but that's down the road. So
how do you like your AFE? Because I believe they're out of Riverside. What's your thoughts on it?
I really do enjoy it. You know, I know there's a couple options out there that are real popular ones, but I ran with this one. One, because I know they're a good name, a good brand, but mainly because of the color of the filter. Obviously, I wanted to keep the black and white at the time, so I love the big old cone filter that just kind of meshed with the entire look that I was running at the time. So.
Yeah, it's just got a really super clean look to it.
Yeah.
You don't have to go overboard to appreciate a clean engine bay, you know?
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the interior. Again, pretty stock factory OEM, not much to it. Again, I believe Honestly OCD gets credit for my little door seal sticker. Again, man, I used to follow that guy way back when, before I even started like doing the social media stuff. Pretty basic OEM interior. I do got the red Alcantara. I actually had this car built the way to my standards, so I definitely opted for the red, and that was without having seen it in person, because I just knew that it would look dope in person. And sure did. And as you can see on the headrest there, I got a cosmetic little add-on that I had done. He goes by Dr. Stitch, and his name is Cannonball on Instagram. Definitely reach out to him if you need any type of stitching, whether it's your headrest, seats, center console, armrest. He does it all.
Man, this color combo is just on point. This is one of the favorite parts about my car, since I have mine custom done with white, and then I ordered the red Bloody Guts. So Rick's running the same thing. Although Rick's car was white at one point, I just love the fact that it's this murdered out look with Bloody Gut interior. I mean, bravo, man. It's just, again,
can't go wrong with that, man.
Menacing. And by the way, this was not planned. This is how much, like, it's like Step Brothers. Like, did we just become best friends? Like,
and you're talking about the get up, the wardrobe. Yeah, man, we met up and we're like, really?
Not planned.
It was meant to be, I guess.
We both drove about an hour.
Yeah, so
not planned, but hey, you know, things happen for a reason, right?
So now we're gonna go to the trunk setup, which is where you're gonna see the air ride components. Not too crazy flashy, but you can see I got my 5-gallon tank that was powder coated in black, and then I got obviously the 2 Viair compressors. And shout out to Air Ride Equipment. The initial install was done a couple years back at their second location at the time, but since then I've been back to Ray's shop, and him and his buddy Sal, you better call Sal for any of your air ride suspension needs. So those guys will line you up. Again, that was Air Ride Equipment.
And you're also running the Beats system. How do you like the Beats?
It's cool. I mean, it does the trick. Again, that was one of the packages that I had added when I ordered and built the car from Dodge. I didn't need a whole lot. I just needed the red guts, Beats audio, and I was golden. So it does the trick. I'm happy with it.
Dope. All right, guys, if you want to continue to follow his build, I will link his Instagram in the description. Again, his build has come a long way over the last at least like 4 years. He's had multiple different looks and things of that nature. So definitely a cool dude to follow and a cool page to follow if you like Mopar content in general, and just a really humble dude. So Rick, again, I want to just say thank you for bringing your car out and meeting me. You know, I know it was a bit of a drive, but I appreciate you showing, you know, this thing is super wicked, you know?
For sure. I appreciate you reaching out and taking the time to shoot my car, you know. Again, follow, subscribe, hit that like button on his
like and subscribe, guys.
YouTube, man.
But guys, seriously, thanks for taking the time. If you made it this far in the video, stay tuned for the next one, and always stay humble, God bless, and peace out.